Now, CBS 13 is on your side with Good Day Maine.
6 o'clock straight up. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It is. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for starting your day with us right here on Good Day Maine on CBS 13. I'm Jeff Peterson.
I'm Jana Barnello alongside Courtney Cabot and meteorologist Amanda Jellig. Amanda, we've got rain in the forecast this morning. Beautiful weekend, though.
We really do. I know. 5 days. 5 days of this, and it's finally slowly coming to an end. So this morning, though, you may have a bit of a slippery commute. Also, visibilities have been reduced. So another morning where you are going to want to give yourself some extra time. Here's a live look even at the turnpike. So again, a very low cloud deck, a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. So we just have today to get through all of this. And then we're finally in store for a warm up. So a look at the satellite and radar right now. What we have going on? Well, we have a warm front that's lifting. That's bringing us the fairly mild temperatures this morning. But we also have a trailing cold front. This will all continue to track off to the east over the next several hours. And that is going to bring us some scattered showers by the early evening. For the most part, though, we have the heaviest and most widespread rain and freezing rain rolling through for these early morning hours. Predominantly a rain event along the coast, the freezing rain a little bit further inland. As for temperatures, well, we're not going to see anything in the way of a cool down. We're going to hold on to the mid 30s right along the coast, lower 30s right at the freezing mark a little bit further inland. So what to expect later on today? Well, by lunchtime, temperatures are going to be increasing to the lower 40s. We'll be in the mid 40s through the early evening hours. Now, temperatures are going to continue to increase a bit further from there. So highs are going to be in the upper 40s, near 50 degrees. We'll see temperatures drop off through the overnight and more so by the early morning hours tomorrow. And then sunshine returns for Saturday and Sunday and next week. And temperatures are going to be, wait for it, in the mid to upper 50s.
Ooh.
That is music to our ears, Amanda.
It will be
a beautiful tune.
It'll be a welcome change.
Thank you.
All right, 6:02 now here on Good Day Maine on CBS 13. Severe weather in the Midwest. Daylight this morning will reveal the damage from a tornado that touched down near Rochelle, Illinois. That's about 80 miles west of Chicago. At least one person is dead this morning, several others injured. The storm left behind destruction all across northern Illinois. The twister was sparked by a powerful storm system packing fierce winds. Several other states remain under a tornado watch right now.
Now to a developing story out of Portland this morning where police are searching for 3 men who broke into a home and tied up the couple inside.
It all happened on Cumberland Avenue, and that's where Good Day Maine's Brad Rogers is for us this morning. Brad, police are now asking for the public's help with this case.
Yeah, pretty scary situation here. This is the home behind me at 127 Cumberland Ave, where 3 men broke into a home yesterday morning, tied up the husband and wife who live here, and demanded money. Now, somehow the wife managed to escape. She ran across the street here to call police. That's when the 3 men took off running down Anderson Street there behind me. Now, we do have surveillance video of the 2 suspects along with the vehicle they're believed to have gotten away in. It's a tan-colored SUV. The suspect, the first suspect, is described as a 6 feet tall, wearing a black hat, carrying a black handgun and a brown handle. The second suspect is about 30 years old with a large build. He was wearing black clothing. The third suspect, not pictured, also is about 30 with a large build, carrying a black handgun as well. Now, after the woman escaped here, she ran across the street with her wrists tied, screaming for help. Witnesses say police responded then in full force, but the suspects got away. This is the second home invasion in Portland over the past 3 days. On Wednesday, 2 men broke into a home on Luke Street. Those men, though, were captured. We are live in Portland this morning. Brad Rogers, Good Day Maine. Back to you.
A Lewiston man accused of kidnapping a woman is behind bars this morning. Police say a woman grabbed an employee at the Augusta Walmart and told her she had been kidnapped and attacked. Police responded and arrested this 27-year-old man. Police say he had recently been released from jail and he wasn't supposed to have any contact with the alleged victim. He now faces several charges. A convicted sex offender faces more charges this morning, accused of breaking into a home and assaulting a 9-year-old girl. Prosecutors say Donald Beatty broke into a home in Hinsdale, New Hampshire on Easter Sunday. They say he showed a 9-year-old girl an explicit video on his phone, then sexually assaulted her.
At this point, we're looking more towards this not being a random thing, but we're still trying to figure out exactly the full details of that. Like I said, an ongoing investigation.
Prosecutors say Beatty tried to kill himself on Tuesday. His wife is friends with the victim's family, and police say he had been in the home before.
Prosecutors will determine whether a dad whose son wandered out of their home alone will face any charges. Police say they found a 3-year-old wandering along Route 202 in Windham near Corsetti's Market around 8 o'clock yesterday morning. The boy's father tells police he was in the bathroom when the child climbed up on a chair, unlocked the front door and left. A few minutes later, the father called police in a panic, and dispatchers told him they had found his son.
Very fortunate, 3-year-old child out on a very busy road, certainly had the potential to be a lot of problems, but fortunately people saw him.
Police say the boy is okay and very active. The case will now be sent to the Cumberland County District Attorney's Office, which will decide on whether to press charges.
A mother who killed her 2-year-old daughter will spend 37 years in prison. A judge sentenced 25-year-old Leanna Norris on Thursday. Now, Norris admitted to investigators that she gave her daughter a high dose of allergy medicine to put her to sleep, then suffocated her. Police found the girl's body in a car in Stetson. Before sentencing, Norris tearfully told the court she wanted to kill her daughter and tried unsuccessfully to kill herself, so neither of them would have to deal with the girl's father.
If I had any doubt that I was going to die, none of this would have happened. I think about her all through the day. I dream about her every night.
The little girl's father calls the 37-year sentence, quote, a joke, and says Norris should serve life behind bars. This morning, police are looking for whoever's shooting at windows in South Portland. Vandals fired pellet guns at car windows and business windows along Main Street in the Thornton Heights area. That's off exit 4 on I-295. Officers say the damage happened Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Witnesses are urged to call police.
Now to the shooting at U.S. Census headquarters. Investigators say a security guard has died overnight and the suspect is in custody. Police say a man with a gun kidnapped a woman in Washington, D.C. around 5:30 yesterday. About a half hour later in Maryland, a security guard at the Census Bureau approached the car, saw 2 people fighting inside, and one of them shot him. The driver then led police on a chase through D.C., firing shots at multiple locations. An officer and the suspect were injured in a shootout. The officer will be okay, but the security guard has died. The woman who was kidnapped was found safe, and we expect to learn more on the suspect's condition this morning. Police in North Charleston, South Carolina, are reviewing a previous excessive force complaint against the police officer caught on video shooting and killing an unarmed black man. The complaint against Michael Slager involved another black man who claims Slager entered his home back in 2013 and hit him in the stomach with a stun gun. In addition to the video of the shooting captured by a witness, police have now released dash cam video leading up to the incident that led to 50-year-old Walter Scott's death. The video shows Scott bolting from his car during what police say was a routine traffic stop.
Jurors in the Aaron Hernandez case will begin day 4 of deliberations in just a couple of hours. On Thursday, it was a photographer from WHDH in Boston who took the stand. The photographer was questioned about following a juror after deliberation on Wednesday. That person has now been banned from covering the remainder of the trial. Hernandez faces life in prison if he is convicted of first-degree murder.
Looking ahead to this morning, about 5,700 CMP customers will lose power at midnight tonight until about 6 a.m. tomorrow. Crews are completing a system upgrade that will improve service to the Belgrade Lakes area. So service will be interrupted to customers in Augusta, Belgrade, Manchester, Mercer, Mount Vernon, New Sharon, Oakland, Rome, Sydney, and Smithfield. If crews can't finish the work tomorrow, then the interruptions will continue to early Sunday.
Today is not just Friday, it is also National Sibling Day. It's a day to appreciate your brothers and sisters, which, we can often take for granted. So instead of a question of the day this morning, we are asking for pictures of the day.
Send us a picture of you and your siblings and let us know what makes them so special.
Sarah just sent us this photo a few minutes ago. It's a throwback photo of her and her brother. You can see that on our Facebook page. It's WGME.com/Facebook. And we want to see more. Send us your photos, and we'll share some more of them coming up.
Sarah, you look great with your brother there. No, we'll get to those pictures a little later on during the show, but you check them out for yourself at Facebook.com/WGME13.
So this is the time that we appreciate our brothers, right?
Yes.
And sisters?
And sisters.
All right, thanks to my older brother, Jason, by the way. He showed me the way. He showed me what not to do because he got in trouble all the time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason. Still ahead. A kidney donation paused. Why one man's attempt to save a South Portland woman's life is now on hold.
And a Maine native is headed to the national championship game. How John Gillies played in last night's semifinal and who he'll face in the national title game.
And it's 6:10. We're taking a look outside a little lightly snow-covered Lewiston this morning.
Amanda Jelly is tracking some reduced visibility for your morning commute, but you are going to love the sunshine she has in store.
And you're just going to love the fact that it is Friday. You're watching Good Day Maine right here on CBS 13.
Now, your Good Day Maine Weather Authority forecast.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Well, we have more rain and freezing rain and even a little bit of snow moving through the mountains right now. This is predominantly rain along the coast now, dropping visibilities, and it's also a bit on the misty side as well. Here's a live look in Lewiston, though. So we're slowly going to see conditions improve over the next several hours. Now, this is finally the last batch of unsettled weather that we have been seeing for the past 4 days now before we get some sunshine. So you'll need the rain boots and the umbrella for today. Now we're seeing the heaviest and most widespread showers for these early morning hours, and then it's going to slowly taper off by later this morning and then more so by this afternoon. So we can see all the rain along the coast, the freezing rain for the further inland, so areas north of Auburn getting a bit of a freezing rain, and then the snow moving through down East Maine. So again, this is continuing for these early morning hours associated with a warm front. A trailing cold front just off to our west is going to bring us another round of scattered showers through the early evening. So at least we're getting over the heaviest of it right now. And this cold front is also what brought all these severe weather to areas of northern Illinois. Certainly not expected to be severe for our area, just very soggy. Temperatures now in Portland, 35 degrees, relatively calm wind speeds. Another welcome change. We've been certainly a little bit on the breezy side the past several days. As for temperatures, well, we're not going to see anything in the way of a big cool down along the coast. We see the higher temperatures further inland where we have more of the freezing rain. Temperatures right there at the freezing mark. A look at our wind speed. So again, everything finally slowly starting to calm down. Here's a look at our storm tracker. So what we have going on. Well, here's our warm front that will continue to lift through the late afternoon by this evening. The trailing cold front will also make its way across the area. Further to our west, though, well, we have high pressure building in. That's going to drive in the drier air. Now, this is really going to be the main factor influencing our weather pattern through the weekend. And that's bringing us finally some welcome sunshine. Also, much milder temperatures. The mild conditions will also continue into next week. So until then, though, we have to get through all the rain and the freezing rain, and temperatures still remaining in the mid to upper 40s. But by Saturday and Sunday, if you have outdoor plans, well, it certainly is a great weekend for it. Mostly sunny, finally getting some more vitamin D into us. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, lower 60s starting off next week. Now we do have another chance for some light rain showers late Monday, but the sunshine and warmer temperatures return on Tuesday. Jeff.
For the second day in a row, the Sea Dogs will attempt to open the 2015 season at Hadlock Field. Last night's game, you can see right here, called off due to all of that. Lots of snow on the field. With more than 2 inches of snow on the field to start the field yesterday, crews worked all morning long and throughout the afternoon to try to make the field playable. Unfortunately, fans will have to wait to hear those two famous words, play ball.
We're ready to play ball. The players, they're anxious to get going as well, and our grounds crew has been working tirelessly to get this field ready, and they're going to keep plugging away, and sooner or later we're going to hear those words, play ball, and hopefully we'll have the warm weather and sunshine to go with it.
All right, that game will be made up on May 23rd. In the meantime, tonight's game is scheduled for 6 o'clock. If the teams are not able to play tonight, there is some good news. You just heard it from Amanda. The weekend is looking like it'll be perfect for baseball.
Thank goodness. South Portland native John Gillies and the Providence College Friars are headed to the national championship game in college hockey. Gillies and his Friars defeated the University of Nebraska Omaha 4-1 in last night's national semifinal in the Frozen Four. Gillies, who made 25 saves in the game, kept the Mavericks off the scoreboard until the third period. He says they're very excited about moving on to Saturday's championship game.
That was our focus throughout those 2 weeks that we had off, and especially when we got in just by a hair there into this tournament. So we truly believe that once you get in, that's the hard part, and any team can take it. So we're very happy to be here, and we're very fortunate to be moving on to Saturday.
Providence will play Boston University in Saturday's national championship game. The two teams met back on October 31st and November 1st. Both teams won one game each. Still ahead, a budget battle. Why Democrats say they want major changes to the governor's spending proposal.
Their take on the budget and the one thing both sides agree on. Goat
Cam, where in Maine you can watch these goats and when they could start having babies.
When the kids are on the way, literally.
I see what you did there. Look at this reduced visibility over the Maine Turnpike this morning. Drive a little carefully out there, folks. But eventually, those clouds are going to move out.
Put a smile on your face. Not only do we have sunshine on the way, it is Friday. The weekend is almost here. You're watching Good Day Maine on CBS 13.
Now, CBS 13 is on your side with Good Day Maine.
It's 6:23. Let's take a look at what's trending today. Mark Zuckerberg had a bit of an oops moment in Panama at the Summit of the Americas.
The Facebook founder accidentally walked in on a private meeting between the presidents of Panama and the Dominican Republic. He quickly realized his mistake as he was turned away by a security guard. I think that would do it, right?
Yep.
Zuckerberg is there to promote his Internet.org project. It seeks to provide free internet connections worldwide.
Taylor Swift has announced some tough news. Her mother is battling cancer. The exact diagnosis and treatment will be kept private, but fans are already sharing a lot of support on social media. The pop star says she asked her mom to get screened and doctors found cancer. Swift says she hopes it'll inspire other people to get checked.
Well, the moment we've all been waiting for, the Apple Watch is now available. Customers can examine and try on their device at the local Apple store, but it won't be available for delivery until April 24th.
Prices start at $350 for the sport version. The most expensive is $17,000.
You've already pre-ordered yours.
I pre-ordered 4 of them, in fact. No, it's a rose gold watch. They really are. They're beautiful watches.
They are.
I'm sure they're going to be, I think, are really going to like these.
Right.
But wow, the price tag is a lot.
Deep.
Even for the sport watch,
even for the 350 one, it's still, pretty expensive.
It'll still be a big seller. You know it will be.
Oh, yeah, the latest gadgets. Well, award-winning actor and Maine native Richard Dysart has died.
Dysart gained fame playing lawyer Leland Mackenzie on LA Law in the late 80s, early 90s. He was born in Boston but raised right here in Maine. Dysart's family says he died of cancer in his Santa Monica home. He was 86.
A Maine farm is giving everyone a chance to watch baby goats grow up without ever visiting the farm.
You are taking a live look right now at the webcam at the Sunflower Farm in Cumberland.
The farm says 16 goats are pregnant. Wow. And are expected to start delivering as early as today. That's going to be a lot of goats.
A lot of baby goats. The farm says the deliveries will last through the middle of next month, and their goal is to use the online feed to educate people about what goes on behind the scenes at a farm.
We'll be monitoring the feed here on Good Day Maine all morning long, and you can too. We have a link on our website, WGME.com.
This is going to be really cute.
There's going to be a lot of baby goats.
A lot of baby goats.
Still ahead, kidney donation on pause.
Why one man's attempt to save a woman's life is now on hold. You don't want to miss this one.
Portland police are asking for your help in identifying the men responsible for a home invasion here on Cumberland Ave. We'll show you what they look like next.
Now, CBS 13 is on your side with Good Day Maine.
Good morning and thanks for joining us here on Good Day Maine. Our top story is the weather. A line of tornadoes ripped through the upper Midwest last night, killing 1 person and injuring at least 7 others.
Yeah, the hardest hit area, Illinois. Take a look at this video coming into our newsroom this morning. This is in Rochelle, Illinois. These images captured by a group of meteorologists chasing the storm.
They called it extremely violent, and you can see why. This is the damage left from the tornado just a few miles away in the town of Fairdale.
Rescue crews continue to search through the debris this morning, looking for anyone who may be trapped. And we're now learning the tornado damaged every single one of the 50 buildings in the town of Fairdale. The fire chief says almost all of them are, quote, flattened this morning.
Meteorologist Amanda Jelly joining us right now, and they are not out of the woods yet.
No, not yet. Now, I just checked the local storm reports and the watches and the warnings. Now, for the most part, the tornado watches have been dropped for Ohio and Kentucky. There are just 1 county in Ohio and 1 county in Kentucky that still have the watch in place. But Certainly good news there, showing that the storm is gradually losing a lot of its energy. Now, bringing it a little bit closer to home, well, for us, we do have a bit of unsettled weather also impacting us. We have rain and even some freezing rain moving through. At least it's not the snow like we had yesterday. Now, it is going to be the heaviest and the most widespread for the morning, but by this afternoon, that's when everything is gradually going to wind down. Now, this is associated with a warm front. We also have a trailing cold front, which is bringing us some scattered rain showers for the early evening. But with all that being said, visibilities have certainly been reduced a great bit. Only a mile in Portland and Portsmouth, a mile and 3/4 in Wiscasset, and Sanford and Freiburg both at 4 miles. So along with slick roadways, we do have some patchy fog developing as well. So certainly give yourself some extra time for your morning commute. As for temperatures, well, a little bit warmer along the coast in the mid-30s, further inland the lower 30s. Now we're also not seeing anything in the way of a cool down for today. So here's the silver lining to our otherwise gray forecast. Temperatures continuing to climb to the mid to upper 40s for highs today, and I'm tracking sunshine and a warm up. I'll let you know when to expect that coming up in just a bit, but right now, Jana.
Just into our newsroom this morning, we have some sad news to share with you. Lauren Hill, the 19-year-old who captured the heart of the nation as she lived out her dream to play college basketball, has died from brain cancer. We first told you about Lauren back in November. She was battling with a rare form of brain cancer. She made national headlines when she lived out her dream to play a game at the college level. Well, Lauren was a freshman on the Mount St. Joseph team in Indiana, but she didn't know if she would live long enough or be strong enough to play. But she took the court with her team in front of 10,000 fans back in November. Her very public fight with cancer has helped raise awareness and money for the fight against cancer. Her efforts have raised more than $1.5 million to go directly to research from the group The Cure Starts Now. Lauren Hill passed away overnight. She was 19 years old.
Switching gears at 6:33, Portland police are asking for your help this morning as they search for 3 men who broke into an apartment and tied up the couple inside.
Good Day Maine's Brad Rogers is on Cumberland Avenue right now. Now, Brad, police say these men are armed, dangerous, and at this point, unidentified.
Yeah, pretty scary situation. This is the home behind me on Cumberland Avenue where the 3 men broke into this home. They tied up the couple inside and demanded money. The wife managed to escape. She ran across the street here and called for help. That's when the 3 men took off running down Anderson Street. Now, police believe that they got in this tan-colored Ford SUV and took off. They also captured surveillance video of the 2 suspects. The first suspect is 6 feet tall, wearing a baseball hat, carrying a black handgun with a brown handle. The second suspect, he's about 30 years old with a large build, wearing black clothing. And the third suspect, not pictured, is also about 30. He was also carrying a large, a black handgun, rather. Now, after the woman who lives here escaped, she ran across the street screaming for help with her wrists tied together. Witnesses say then police responded in full force, but the suspects, of course, did get away. This is the second home invasion in Portland over the past 3 days. On Wednesday, 2 men broke into a home over on Luke Street. Those men were captured. We're live in Portland this morning. Brad Rogers, Good Day Maine. Back to you.
New video is being released in the police shooting incident in South Carolina. The footage from the dashboard camera on the officer's car shows details of the initial traffic stop. Stacey Cohen is in Washington with the very latest. Good morning, Stacey.
Well, good morning. And this is the first look we're getting at that initial contact between Officer Michael Slager and Walter Scott. You can see on the video that Slager has already pulled Scott over. He's approaching the vehicle. The 50-year-old was pulled over for a broken taillight. Scott tells the officer he does not have insurance. Slager goes back to his car. There you see Scott get out for a moment. The officer orders him back into the car, but he then runs away, can no longer be seen on the video. Now we know from witness video that Officer Slager later shot Walter Scott as he was running away. The officer said Scott tried to grab his taser. Slager has been charged with murder. An attorney for the family believes that Walter Scott was fearful of being sent to jail. He did have a bench warrant out for his arrest as a result of failure to pay about $18,000 in child support.
Well, Stacey, from video, it looks like someone else was in the car with Scott during the traffic stop. Is that the case?
It is. The attorney for Walter Scott's family says that this was a friend and a co-worker. We have no other information on the man other than that he will likely be a key witness when this goes to trial.
All right, Stacey Cohen live for us in D.C. this morning.
A second person accused of stealing cash from Girl Scouts in New Hampshire is now charged. Officers arrested 20-year-old Pierre Thibault Tuesday. They found him in a vehicle the troopers pulled over on the turnpike. Police say he stole a cash box from a group of Girl Scouts outside of Walgreens in Rochester last month. The scout leader says the outpouring of support has taught the girls a very valuable lesson.
We've had people sending us donations. I had one lady last week when we did a cookie booth. She drove down here from Maine to hand me a $10 bill. And she said, I heard what happened and I was incensed and I just wanted your girls to have this.
Another person has been charged with driving Thibault's getaway car.
Well, a man is accused of pulling a knife and a loaded gun on a deputy in the Mid-Coast. According to the Knox County Sheriff's Office, a deputy went to serve 40-year-old Richard Harding with an arrest warrant in Owl's Head when they say he got out of his truck and ran off. The deputy tackled him. Then the sheriff's office says Harding reached for a dagger and eventually a loaded pistol, both of which the deputy got away from Harding. Sheriff's office says Harding also had a stun gun, a steel baton, and several other knives on him.
With the governor demanding action on his tax cut plan, Democrats are introducing a plan of their own. Democrats say they agree with the governor on one thing, reducing Maine's income taxes. But they differ after that. The Democratic plan would lower income taxes for most, but not for high earners. They would also raise tobacco taxes and keep the corporate income tax rate where it is. They wouldn't raise the sales tax rate or get rid of revenue sharing to towns, which they say could raise property taxes. Now, Democrats say their plan is better for the average person, but Republicans insist Democrats aren't doing enough for the economy as a whole.
We think that our tax plan prioritizes the middle class by giving them a larger tax cut, making sure that there is property tax relief for all Maine homeowners.
And I think a conversation that doesn't include a reduction in the corporate tax rate, which I understand is one of the very highest in the country, I think really sort of doesn't pay attention to really what I think the governor is trying to achieve here, which is to bring more jobs to Maine.
So what's next? Well, at this point, both sides need a 2/3 vote to pass a budget in time. So there appears to be no choice but for both sides to find common ground and compromise.
It's an unexpected development in a story of giving. A man responded to a woman's plea on her car for a kidney, but what could be a life-saving procedure is now on hold due to potential ethics concerns. Kristen Royals wrote a message on the back of her vehicle right there that says, looking for someone to donate me their kidney, must have type O blood. Well, Josh Dahl-Layton from Wyndham saw the message and answered the call.
His first thought was, this mom, she's a mom, her son needs her. And he's like, I'm calling, I want to do this. Can you get in touch with them?
The Royals and others set up GoFundMe pages to cover Dahl-Layton's expenses while he missed work for the surgery. That unexpectedly raised more than $48,000. But doctors say out-of-pocket expenses for such a procedure usually run around $6,000, and that's the problem. A federal law from 1984 prohibits anyone from making a profit off their organs. Doctors don't suspect that Dahl-Layton is trying to exploit the situation for money, but they say they want to make sure they're not violating any laws before going through with it.
At this point, we're not viewing that this is a deal breaker or a reason not to proceed with the kidney donation.
They're concerned that people's outpour of generosity for our family can be perceived as selling an organ.
And was money ever any incentive for Josh to step up and do this?
No way.
Doctors call the situation unprecedented since online crowdfunding didn't exist when the law was written in 1984.
6:39 now. Today, by the way, is National Sibling Day, a day to appreciate your brothers and sisters, which we can often take for granted. So instead of a question of the day this morning, we're asking for pictures of the day.
Send us a photo of you and your siblings and let us know what makes them so special. Christy Murray just sent us this photo. Oh, how cute. She says, my little brother is my best friend.
Carrie Gilbert says, these siblings just became brothers 3 weeks ago today. Congratulations. She says, quote, they love each other like they have known each other forever.
So cute.
Oh, and Dana says this is his younger brother. By the way, I love this name, Jeff, who he says has been his best friend for 30 years.
Look at that throwback photo. So cute.
Keep them coming. We love to see all of your photos this morning.
Again, it's facebook.com/WGME13.
640, taking inspiration to new heights.
Next on Good Day Maine, we introduce you to a teenager who is not letting his disability stop him, why he says nothing is out of reach, and the lesson he's teaching those around him.
Hey, look at some of the current temperatures around the area. Freiburg, you're 32 degrees. Sanford, 34. And good morning along the coast in Rockland. You're at 36 degrees this morning.
You're watching Good Day Maine on CBS 13. Happy Friday, everybody.
Now, CBS 13 is on your side with Good Day Maine.
That's always the part that you always start kind of getting to. Oh yeah, good morning and happy Friday. Thanks for joining us here on Good Day Maine. We're having some fun this morning.
We're taking you on a journey with this forecast because we're starting out cloudy, but soon enough we're going to have some sun.
And if the weather was any way we wanted, we would want temperatures in the 60s, right? You like all those puns that we just threw out at Amanda right
Yeah, she's loving it.
I'm totally loving all of it. But what everyone is going to be loving is the weather tomorrow. Not so much today. Certainly a bit hazy. Here's a live look at our Raymond sky cam. Now, definitely a bit of a dreary start to the day. We have rain and even some freezing rain and even some snow continuing to fall. But of course, no big change. This is what we've been experiencing all week long. And this is finally the grand finale of the gray weather pattern. So we have a warm front lifting that's bringing us the rain and the freezing rain this morning. And then we have a trailing cold front just off to our west. That is going to bring us yet another round of scattered showers by the early evening hours. Now, the good news is we are getting the heaviest and most widespread showers that are rolling through this morning. Predominantly a rain event along the coast further inland. That's where all the freezing rain and snow is. So we do have a freezing rain advisory for all locations except the immediate coastline. Now that will go until 10 a.m. and a winter weather advisory through 11 a.m. as well. So temperatures right now in Portland, 36 degrees. Relatively calm wind speeds. That's a nice change because we've been certainly a bit breezy the past few days, and that's been making our already cool temperatures, well, feel even cooler. But temperatures this morning otherwise not too bad. Certainly still a little bit of a chill in the air, but we are all holding on to the low to mid 30s. Now, I'll look at our storm tracker, what to expect over the next several days. So we have our warm front lifting. That's bringing us the mild temperatures, the trailing cold front, which is bringing us some more scattered showers through the early evening. Now, through the overnight, drier air is finally filtering in, all stemming from an area of high pressure, which is still just off to our southwest. That will continue to build and deepen. So what to expect for the weekend? Well, certainly nothing like this week because the sunshine is going to return and temperatures will continue to increase. We're going to be many of us in the mid to upper 50s, near 60 degrees. Certainly not there today. Again, a bit of a dreary day. We're going to be in the mid to upper 40s for highs. But a look at our 7-day because finally seeing more sunshine than rain and snow out there. We'll be in the mid to upper 50s along the coast for the weekend. Now for Saturday, yes, we are going to be mostly sunny, a little bit on the breezy side. So feeling just a bit cooler, but for the most part, we have a great week ahead of us with temperatures warming. Just a chance for some scattered showers late Monday. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Amanda. At 6:46, a high school senior is taking inspiration to new heights.
He stepped up his athletic training this year and found a whole new source of strength. Liz Bonas shares his inspiring story.
His name is Ryan Davis, and for the past year, at least twice a week, he's worked out here at Sensible Fitness with personal trainer Doug Gibson.
Ryan's he's a rescue scuba diver, an Eagle Scout. He's a silver medal power lifter at the World Dwarf Games, an international competition.
This year, however, Ryan took on a new challenge. He played nose guard on his high school football team, and when training started,
our head coach emphasized for the seniors and for linemen in particular to be able to bench 200, and I set that as my goal this past summer, and I was able to lift it 3 times.
Because of these outstanding efforts, Ryan was just awarded the High School Courage Award from the National Football Foundation. It shows what Doug knows. For Ryan, there are no excuses.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, he has every reason in the world to say, I can't do it. But he's an inspiration. Yeah, if he can do it, anyone can do it.
In addition to that, however, his success comes from something all of us might benefit from, a positive attitude and hard work. Ryan's training is targeted to his limb length, and it's clear nothing is out of reach.
It's kind of like showed me that even though I do have limitations, and we all do, to not let our limitations stand us down. Like, just because we can't do one thing doesn't mean we should put it down. We should try our best to overcome and be close to as we can.
As for the future, Ryan's been accepted into the civil engineering program at Valparaiso. He is headed there this fall.
We shouldn't let limitations get the best of us and strive to be the best we can be in what we can do and overcome the obstacles that are necessary.
The weight of the world? No problem. He's got this. And he's taking it to new heights. In Blue Ash, Liz Bonus, Local 12 News.
Ryan wanted to be in the Army but can't because of his height.
But so he plans on being in the Army Corps of Engineers, which takes civilians. Nothing is going to stop him.
Not at all. That away. Hey, 6:48 now, right here on Good Day Maine on CBS 13. Live pictures from Raymond right now.
You can see a little bit of haze and clouds over the sky this morning. That's going to stick with us all day. But Amanda Jellick has one more check of a beautiful weekend forecast next.
Coming up, a northern Illinois neighborhood flattened by a deadly tornado. We're on the scene. Plus, only on CBS This Morning, Michelle Miller takes to the sky with the Blue Angels' first female pilot. More real news coming up on CBS This Morning next.
Now, CBS 13 is on your side with Good Day Maine.
Time now for a check of your morning headlines. Portland police are looking for your help this morning as they're searching for 3 men who broke into an apartment and then tied up the couple inside.
Yeah, take a look at your screen right now. These are surveillance pictures of 2 of the suspects. Portland police say the men broke into an apartment on Cumberland Avenue yesterday morning, tied up the man and woman inside and demanded cash. The woman managed to get away and run across the street for help. Anyone who may recognize these men are being asked to call police.
Severe weather in the Midwest overnight this morning. Rescue crews are sifting through the damage, looking for anyone trapped in the debris. This is a look at damage from a line of tornadoes in northern Illinois. The storms killed at least 1 person and injured several others. In at least one town, firefighters say every single building was damaged. Right now, several states remain under a tornado watch.
A security guard at the U.S. Census headquarters in D.C. has died, shot by a man who led police on a chase through the nation's capital. That suspect is now in custody this morning. Police say it started when a man with a gun kidnapped a woman around 5:30 last night. The security guard noticed something suspicious and approached the man's car. He was shot and then a chase started. Another officer and the suspect were both injured. The kidnapped woman, though, is now safe.
And the Portland Sea Dogs will try to kick off their home season once again tonight. Snow forced the Sea Dogs to call off their home opener last night. You can see why. The field was just way too wet and snowy. They hope to be able to play tonight. The first pitch scheduled for 6 o'clock. You know, by the way, that game that was canceled last time will be made up as part of a doubleheader on May 23rd.
From snow to sunny Florida, Orlando is claiming a new record. Tourism officials there say more than 62 million people visited last year, the most for any U.S. city ever.
The home of Disney World and other theme parks saw a 5% jump in visitors. New York is the second most visited city. 56 million tourists came to the Big Apple last year.
Utah man says he had no idea he was going to meet President Obama. In fact, he showed up wearing a polo shirt. Now, 26-year-old Lance Fudge is a member of the Air National Guard. Now, last week he was invited to a meeting with a, quote, senior White House official. Fudge says he thought he would just be in the audience for a news conference, but when he arrived, he was led to a room. Then he saw the president's name tag on the desk. Fudge says if he would have known he was sitting at the meeting with the president, he would have worn his uniform.
Here I am with the commander-in-chief, and I'm a little underdressed.
Now, the president didn't make any comments about your...
Oh, he didn't.
He's too classy for that.
Of course, he's the president. He's an amazing guy. I'm not sure if later on Air Force One, he was like, did you see that guy?
Wow. So he says his mom is also scolding him for putting his elbows on the table. This guy cannot win. But you know who is winning? Is Fast 7. The movie has been making millions at the box office over the past week. One of the stars, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, has now revealed how he becomes such a massive human being. The wrestler turned action movie star says he eats about 10 pounds of food a day. I feel like there's a "do you smell what The Rock is cooking" joke somewhere somewhere in there. He breaks it down between 7 meals or more, 10 pounds of food a day.
You didn't want to say rock hard body there.
No, yeah.
Well, The Rock recently revealed his diet in an interview with Muscle and Fitness magazine, saying that his favorite food is cod, which he claims to eat about 821 pounds a year. Of course, he also exercises. Just a little bit, though.
Who counted the pounds? It came out to 821.
I know. So,
Yeah.
well,
821
and 5
pounds.
ounces.
Wait, I have it. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? It's cod.
It's cod.
I found it.
go.
I found it.
That was good.
No,
Thank
it
you.
didn't take that long either.
No, it took me. No. Okay, it's 2 hours.
All right, let's see what's cooking in the weather department. In just a minute. Good Day Minute is wrapping up here on CBS 13, but there's much more ahead over on Fox 23.
Here are the stories we're working on right now. Parents, check your children's closets. There is a pajama recall this morning. Which items it affects, the problem investigators found, and what you should do if you have these PJs in your home.
Unhealthy vegetarians, the new trend among teens, the food they end up eating instead, and what parents can do to better guide their choices.
And some of the best independent filmmakers are in Maine this week, and we sit down with some of them to talk about this weekend's Emerge Film Festival.
That's all ahead over on Fox 23 in just a few minutes, but first we're going to get one last check of the weather with Amanda, and you have some great news for us.
I have some great news. And I keep focusing on tomorrow, but today we still have to get through. So,
we have a whole day to get through.
Yeah, we do. But that's okay. It's okay because we have sunshine at the end of the tunnel. But for today, before you send the kids out, give them some rain boots and even maybe an umbrella because the rain and the freezing rain continues to fall this morning. It's not going to let up until later on today. Now, we are otherwise going to remain mostly cloudy, but with this warm front lifting over the area, well, hey, that means just one thing. Temperatures increasing to the mid to upper 40s today, sunshine and 50s, though, for the weekend. Something to look forward to after a very gloomy week.
Let's cross our fingers. The Sea Dogs can get in their game tonight at 6 o'clock.
Flip it to Fox 23. CBS This Morning is next. Have a great weekend, everybody.